This is my Minecraft survival world in the new 1.20 update, and so far, I think it looks pretty good, all except these guys right here. In one of my first episodes, we set these guys up in my front yard just as a nice, quick, easy little animal pen. But now that we're starting to develop the world a little bit more, having a animal pen in the front yard with a bunch of llamas and camel is just kind of starting to look a little bit weird. So in this episode, I'm going to fix that. And I think the way that I want to do it is by creating an animal barn right here in this area next to the pond. But first things first, I am going to go take a nap because just the thought of all of that work is frankly exhausting. Perfect. Now that I've had my virtual Minecraft rest, I am much more prepared to do this. So I think I'm going to start by clearing out a little bit of this dirt area and all of this grass. And of course we got to fill in this hole. It is definitely a hazard. Oh, especially with the Enderman in there. I'm so glad I didn't accidentally look at him. And then that should hopefully be enough space for us to build our animal barn. So if we head inside really quick, we can switch out our mass amounts of dirt for a little bit better of a block palette. So far I'm thinking some stone bricks, smooth sandstone, and some oak logs. But to build a barn big enough for all of those guys, we're definitely going to need to chop down some wood and collect some more materials. Now that I've got quite a bit of materials, I think it is time to start building. We can go ahead and start right here and begin marking off the corners. And once we've got our front two corners, we can start making our way backwards. That way it's more of like a rectangle barn shape. Next, I'm going to take some spruce logs on the corner and start making my way up and stripping them as I go. That way they'll blend a little bit better as I work my way into the oak stripped logs. And those are actually going to fill up the rest of our base. But of course it's not going to be just solid walls. We're also going to go ahead and craft ourselves up some spruce stairs here so that we can make ourselves some windows, just like that. And then we can do that to the other side as well. And if we're going to do them on the front, then we might as well do the sides as well. And of course, the other two sides. Just like that. Now the next thing that I want to do is start adding a base for the roof. So we can start by adding some pillars on the front bits right here and do the same on this side. And then we can take our smooth sandstone and start filling this part in. And I believe right here in the center, I want to do a little bit of a window just like we've been doing on all the other ones. Just like that. And once it looks like that, we can go ahead and round it off at the top. Then we can start adding on the roof. And I think just to break it up, we're going to start with a cobblestone stair on the outside, kind of like that. And then we can go in here with our spruce logs and start filling the rest of the area in with some stairs, just like that. And now that the outside of the barn is done, it's time to head to the inside. And the first thing that we're going to have to do is section the barn off into 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 different sections, one for each of our animals. So to do that, I think I'm going to take my spruce logs and kind of start outlining some sections like this. The animals may be a little bit squished just because this is quite a skinny barn, but if I make the pens longer this way, it shouldn't matter too much. And now we've got 5 sections, so we've got 1 and 2 on this side, same with that side, another 2, and then I'm going to add this back area as another little animal pen, just like this. And then I think I'm also going to start adding some beams going upwards, with some beams coming across to support a second floor. Now I don't know if we'll do anything with it this episode, just because I am running out of time, and I don't really have a use for it quite yet, but I think it will look really good. And to me, that's all the reason to build it, right? And there are the beams for the second floor complete. And now we can start going on the edges of these and covering the wood logs with some trapdoors. And in concept, I believe that this will make it so the animals can't jump out, but we still will be able to see them. No. I thought I was just going to throw the egg just to get it out of the inventory, but now I have a baby chicken. There's a lot more responsibility with that decision than I realized. Alright, and then before I get too distracted by all of the extra details that you can add into builds, I think I want to test out that these pens work. Because in concept, like I said, they shouldn't be able to jump over these trapdoors, and if they do, I'll figure it out. And then they shouldn't be able to get through this fence gate either. So if we go back to the house really quick, we can grab some wheat from the backyard. That'll allow us to steal a cow from the front yard. And then we just gotta bring these guys right over here to the barn. And then if we put these guys in here and lock them in, we can go over to the stall right next to them and see if they can make it over the trapdoors. No. Okay. So I think the trapdoor thing, they're gonna have to actually be standing up trapdoors, but like on both sides. So if we try this again, this guy can come in this way, but he can get over that way, but he can't get over that way. Okay. So that side's trapdoor works. So if I put it like that, they shouldn't be able to get out of this pen, and then we can put it the other way for that pen. And then we'll just have a random little gap right here. We can put like some water. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll fill the space. So since those cows decided to stay in the other animal pen, we might as well use these fence gates and trap them in. And then I believe if I face the trapdoors this way and flip them up, they shouldn't be able to get out. So to test that, might as well go like this. And yep, I don't know, I really needed to test that. It's literally 2 blocks tall, but not quite the same concept as the 1 block tall one. But either way, it works, which means that on the other pens, I can start adding some trapdoors flipped up. That way, whoever's in here won't be able to get out of here, but they will be able to get up here and say hi to the cows. That's a little strange, but why not? Just to keep it even, I might even just do it on the other side as well. I think it's kind of funny. And then for the center on this side, we can do the same thing again, where we flip these trapdoors up so they won't be able to go this direction from this pen. And then for this pen, we can flip them up in the middle again. And now that all of these pens are pretty much closed in, we can go ahead and do the final touch of adding in fence gates to each one of them, just like that. And I just realized there is a giant dirt pillar in the view of the back window. Let me go fix that after I run away from that guy. Oh, and these guys. Oh boy, not a good time. Never mind. I take it back. We will not be taking down the dirt pillar. That is a task for the morning. While we're over here, might as well grab some sheep, put them in a pen, and then we should be able to go ahead and get that pillar of dirt that's back here. Much better. And then instead of roping down some chickens, we might as well see if we can get any from these eggs. Oh, well, it would help if they didn't run away, but 1 and 2. Awesome. Then we don't have to go get chickens. And it looks like our wall is working, except for that chicken. Chickens can apparently jump over. So in light of that information, I think we're going to take down this wall and flip it back around just like this. That way the cows can now peer over and check on the chickens, but the chickens are in the too high pen so they can't jump out. And apparently I had some more eggs, so we might as well give this a shot. Oh, none of them. Okay, so we're going to have this chicken make its way over here eventually. And I'm thinking we'll just lure them in with some seeds, just like that. And now they've got a much better too high wall pen. Next up on the list is to head over here and grab all the leads from these guys. And I can't ride the llamas, but I can ride Sandy the camel all the way over to her spot. And right in here should be a good one. Just like that. Oh, she's already sitting down, getting comfy. That is so cute. And hopefully Sandy can't get over that as well, but we'll see. I'm thinking she will be able to. So we should probably just start them off with a little bit more of a wall. The trapdoors were a good idea for a moment. So if we make our little 2x2 area again, flip that up, then Sandy won't be able to get out, and the llamas won't be able to get into Sandy's pen. And speaking of the llamas, that should be the very last thing for this episode that we need to complete the barn. So if we go ahead and grab our leads for these guys, we can bring them on over. Every time I've got 2 llamas on a lead, I just feel like a wandering trader imposter. And then here is your guys' new home. Not in there. That's Sandy's home. Come here. Here we go. And then in concept, I should be able to take these guys off a lead because they shouldn't be able to run anywhere. We've gone through a lot of different versions, but hopefully the pens should now be nice and secure. And the final thing that we need to do for this episode, the whole point of building the barn, is get rid of these nasty like temporary staples that I made. Be free. Go on and live your pixelated lives. I don't know what pixelated chickens do, but it sounds fun. And now instead of an ugly giant stable, I have 50 chickens in my front yard. I see that as an improvement, personally. But that is all the time that I have for this episode, and we got a lot accomplished. We built the entire barn, got rid of the stables in front of my house, and moved all of these animals into a much better home. And of course, in the process, broke my diamond axe. It was totally worth it though. So if you guys did happen to enjoy, consider subscribing because I'd love to see you guys in the next episode. And speaking of next episode, here's a couple that I think that you would enjoy.